Hello everyone, this is Rushil Kulkarni from Kulkarni Financial, and I'm here with my first ever video on YouTube breaking down the balance sheet. So I know this video is for all of those guys out there who don't know anything about finance. I mean, who are listening to the conversation between those two colleagues talking about some fundamental analysis about some company, and they don't know what the crap they're talking about. So this video is for you guys, and also the people who want to really know about finance, some basics of finance. Balance sheet is like the first step towards climbing the whole big tower called finance. So I'm here with this video to educate and enlighten you guys. So actually what I'm gonna do, the balance sheet is divided into two parts, the assets part and the liabilities part. So in this video I'm just going to discuss the assets part right now, and in the next upcoming videos the liabilities part and the cash flow statement and the income statement, NCDs, everything related to finance. Now so let's begin. I won't waste your time anymore. So what's the balance sheet? Why balance sheet? Why not anything else? Why call it as the balance sheet? So the balance sheet is based on a simple formula. Assets equals liabilities plus shareholders equity. This is a very simple formula. I mean, there's no need to memorize that. So assets should always equal liabilities plus shareholders equity every time. If it doesn't get equal, there's some problem with the company. So let's begin with the assets part of this balance sheet. So as you can see over here, the assets part is divided into three types of assets. First, the liquid assets, the most liquid asset at the top, cash. Very liquid, I'll talk about it later. The most liquid assets, liquidity assets. And what the second type of assets, which we call, are not what we have, what we are gonna have, like the rights we have to collect money, which are called trade receivables, which is on the second part, the second most liquid asset. Third type of assets are productive assets, very productive and manufacturing assets like PP&E, the power plant and equipment, which is down there at fixed assets. So I'll discuss one by one in care. So first asset, cash. It is the most liquid asset, and by liquidity, I do not mean any liquid like there's no flowing. It's not flowing from one container to another. Liquid means anything which is cash, which is cash. Cash is liquid. So it's divided like the most liquid asset, less liquid, less liquid, less liquid, less liquid, and the least liquid. So cash is the money you've got in the bank, the notes, the coins, the different currencies, everything you've got in the banks, then in the burtons in your house, then in your pockets, everything. That's cash. So that's cash first. Next you've got trade receivables. Trade receivables are the account receivables are the money which you are going to receive from a customer. So let's make a company of us, okay? A virtual company. We are a company which manufactures biscuits. So biscuits, okay. So what we do, we sell the biscuits to a retailer or an agent who further dispatches it to the shopkeeper, and then the shopkeeper sells it to the customer. So now we have shipped our goods to the retailer, suppose, and we have sold them our goods, right? So we need the money back. I mean, they owe us the money. They need to pay us for the inventory which they have received. So that money which we haven't yet got, but which we have to receive, which is our right to receive, that money is called as account payable, account receivables, which that third person is going to give us, and that he has to give us. It is not we have not received it yet, but we have the right to collect that money. So the third asset, which is inventory. So inventory is nothing but the biscuits we have manufactured. We manufacture the biscuits, then we wrap them in the packets, and then it is ready for dispatch to the customers. So those biscuits, that is our inventory. It's not like we have got 100 biscuit packets, so our inventory is rupees 100. No. The biscuit price, suppose it's 5 rupees per packet, and we've got 100. So our inventory here is 500. On the balance sheet, when there is a decreasing inventory, it is always good. That means the sales are increasing. So that I'll talk about that later on. So yeah, that's inventory. Then the fourth asset over here, the fourth liquid asset we've got is prepaid expenses. These are prepaid expenses, as the name suggests, are the expenses which we have already paid, and the services we have not received them yet. For example, what the biscuit requires is some flour, and it is the material requirement for making the biscuit. So we placed an order for for the flour, and we paid them the money. We paid them the price for the flour, but they did not give us the service. They did not give us the flour. That is when it is called as a prepaid expense. We have already paid that expense, whatever that flour is. We have paid that expense, but we have not received the service yet. So if we add all these four assets together, we get what is called as the current assets. So current assets are typically the assets which can be converted into cash within the next 12 months. They should be converted into cash within the next 12 months. So these four add up to have the current assets. So the next asset we've got here is other assets. It's just signified by that, other assets. Other assets is nothing but intangible assets. Intangible assets, there are two types of assets. Okay? Intangible assets and tangible assets. The name suggests that. The tangible assets are the ones which we can touch, like cash. We can touch cash. We can touch our inventory. However, intangible assets are the assets which we cannot touch, like those of patents, like those of rights, like those of trademarks, copyrights, all these kinds of things. I mean, we have patented suppose our biscuit, that biscuit, we have patented that biscuit, or we have that copyright of our corporation. So that is our intangible asset, or it's termed in the balance sheet as the other assets. So next type of assets are PP and E, are productive assets, also called as the fixed assets. So fixed assets are the ones like plant. You've got the plant for manufacturing the biscuits. Then you've got your land. Then you've got your big corporation. It is fixed, right? Then you've got the machinery. Then you've got the trucks. All these are your productive assets. They help in producing the material, producing the biscuits. That is why they are called fixed assets. Fixed, they cannot be moved. And there are variable assets and fixed assets. It's a completely different concept there. So fixed assets, yeah. Then after that we've got accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation or depreciation. So what is depreciation? Depreciation is cutting costs. Suppose that I purchased that machine for manufacturing the biscuits and 10 years back. And now that machine manufactures suppose like 5,000 biscuits every day. And what happens to the machine? The machine depreciates in value. If I bought it for 10,000, will somebody buy today for 10,000 again? No, they will buy it for 5,000, 4,000, depends on the depreciated costs. It is like cutting the cost of the machine over periodically. So every year the machine depreciates by supposedly 10%. So 10,000, next year 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000. So 5 years later the price is 5,000. So that is what depreciation is. So we depreciated the fixed assets and subtracted the depreciation from the fixed assets. There are some fixed assets like plants, like machines, they depreciate, but there are other fixed assets which are called variable assets, which do not depreciate, like land. Land does not depreciate in value. That is why these are called as fixed assets and accumulated depreciation. So we subtract accumulated depreciation from fixed assets, and we there get fixed assets, net fixed assets. So now we've got net fixed assets, we've got other assets, and we've got current assets. So we add all these three up, and now we get what is called as the total assets. So in the next video I'm going to discuss what are liabilities, the different types of liabilities we have in the balance sheet, and what all of them mean. This is just the balance sheet. Then we've got the cash flow statement, we've got the income statement, we've got thousands of different type of things. So in this video I discussed this. I hope you loved the video, and please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. And please continue watching this video again and again to understand concepts. And if you've got any doubt, please share in the comments over there. I'm always there. Thank you.